Good morning, sunshines. I'm sorry I'm late. It was just way too nice to get out of bed this morning. I'm sorry, I was a lazy girl this morning. Do you ever have one of those mornings where it's just too comfortable to get up? That's the way it was this morning. Yes, it was. It is Friday. Friday, Friday, Friday. Good morning, Scientology up north. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. How's your mom? Any more news on when you might be traveling? Hey, Bella Peterson. Good morning. Good morning, sunshines to you, too. Yeah, I woke up about 6 this morning and did my old lady get a tinkle deal and laid back down and went, oh, it's just too warm and too comfortable. I am not getting out of bed, so I fell back to sleep. And it felt so good. I'm not even going to say I'm sorry. I take back anything I say. Good morning, Cajun. Ooh, you had a meeting at 8:30 and got up at 8:25? Ooh, that was cutting it close. That's quick, fluff and buff. Make sure your hair looks halfway decent and jump on the Zoom. Okay. Well, we'll definitely just keep her in our prayers. Mmm. Coffee tastes so good. Did anybody catch Audit's dump of information yesterday? OMG. Hey, Joe Bananas. Uh-oh. Penny just fell in the kitchen. I'm going to mute you just for a second. Sorry about that. I had to yell at my son to make sure. Penny is okay. It looks like she did a face plant in the kitchen. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I cracked up reading through. Hey, Ganja, good morning. Ganja, did you read all those the CPRA from Audit yesterday? Oh my gosh, let's go there. Oh, and by the way, you guys, no, we'll get that in a minute. Audit LA, little Miss Audit LA is another year older. How am I not subscribed? I know I'm subscribed. So she posted, woohoo, I'm having a woohoo minute about this CPRA. You guys, this is like the most crack up. So it's basically a letter. This is from Bill Delvac, but then it's a chronological. Hey, Amy. So basically a chronological bitch session about how they are how Public Works and the investigators were harassing them about the planters and about the bushes and about the permits and how many days in a row. It does get out of order at one point, though. That's okay, though. It's still, it is still funnier than the F word. Oh my gosh. And I can see the influence of Yvonne and Ganja and Audit and me and Miriam and Amy. You can see the influence. And it just cracks me up. There's a couple of spots in there that just ticked me off, though, like when they she's complaining about they're telling her they had to move the car at the end of Fountain and L. Ron Hubbard Way, and they told the chief, oh no, it's because there's this crazy guy, this psychotic guy that tried to run somebody over with his van, which was totally debunked in the lawsuit. But she told that to the fire chief, and so that way they would let them keep the car there. Yeah, we are all hemorrhoids. Pitas. So they threw Audit's name in there a couple of times, saying she was an agitator. She's the mean woman in the wheelchair. Yep, they have been listening to us all along, Miriam. But the thing is the planners are still there. The planners are still there. You know, what would they do? And I'm going to use this in Public Works today. If a car is parked in front of a fire hydrant, you warn the owner, you give the owner a ticket, and you tow it. Hey, me and Taz, you don't negotiate with the criminals. Happy Love Day. Oh, it is. Today is the 14th. Yep, they need to, they are just as responsible. That's going to be my 1 minute today. I got to riot it out very carefully because I need to get it all in 1 minute. Yep. Remove the planners. It'll take less time for them to cure it, them being Public Works, to cure it, than it would be for the comment that I'm making in 1 minute. It would take a phone call. Bureau of Sanitation, remove the planners. I know, isn't that crazy? And happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, me and Taz, for reminding us. Oh, well, happy birthday, Ganja. Well, enjoy your birthday day. Don't get too stoned, though. You don't want to trip over yourself. But happy birthday. Let's throw some hearts and love and presents in the chat for Ganja today. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. It is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey, Kirby's mom. Good morning to ya. Good afternoon to ya. Yep. Your daughter, my son's birthday this month. My mom's birthday would have been in a couple of days. Yep, so many this week. One of my best friend's birthday is tomorrow. Good morning, Rona. Ooh, Snaketologies as well. Yes, you're right. I think I saw that on Audit's post. Happy birthday, Snaketology. I don't know who Snaketology is. Ooh, that would have been scary to have a leap year baby. Your ex proposed to you on Valentine's. I'm sure a lot of people. I like that meme where the guy's holding up a fish or a fishing pole. And they say, make good decisions. You can either be changing a diaper or fishing in 9 months. Wrap it. Good morning, YRB. We were talking about you just a few minutes ago. I know, I saw that. I saw that, Miriam. Absolutely, absolutely unexcusable that we need to tear each other down. Unexcusable. Monday is a holiday? Is it President's Day? Yeah, I don't blame you, Amy. So we all get Monday off, 'cause no trading, no meetings. We'll still do a sunshine morning, though. I wonder if LAPD is still going to go Tuesday. We need to hammer them hard. Let me see. So, hey, YRB, did you see these CPRA notes? They don't have your name in here, but oh my gosh, they might as well have. You basically, I saw you all over this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you are a rock star. Definitely a rock star. Let me see. Let me see if LAPD commission. Can't believe it's Friday already. This has been such a quick week. It has been a quick week. February 18th. Frick. Canceled. God darn it. I wonder if they do their public comments. Oh, look at what this comment is. Kiara. That's kind of... Do you guys see that? Read her comment, please. SP Spanglish was there at the Big Blue. Read her comment, please. Who? Kiara's? You can submit public comments in writing, and those of you that qualify can ask for consideration. Amy, did you mean read her comment? Read Kiara's whole thing? Okay, I will. Yeah, they canceled Tuesday. Okay. Okay, I'll read it so that way it's on record here. Los Angeles Police Commission. Dear members of the LAPD Commission, I am writing to express my deep concern regarding the troubling relationship between LAPD and the Church of Scientology. The collusion between the LAPD, the City Attorney's Office, and Scientology is unethical, abusive, and disturbing at the very least. Through CPRA request, it has come to light that there is evidence of collusion between LAPD and Scientology. I'm not going to call them a church. I don't care if she wrote it or not. These emails demonstrate a coordinated effort to target and suppress protesters who are bravely trying to bring awareness to the grave human rights abuses within Scientology, including slave labor, child abuse, and elder abuse. The attached is only one email sample. There are many more which also include lies from Scientology about protesters to influence the LAPD perception. It is disgusting. This collusion not only undermines the credibility and integrity of the LAPD, but it also raises serious questions about the city's commitment to protecting the First Amendment rights of its citizens. Why is the city seemingly intent on violating and denying a person's right to free speech and peaceful assembly? What is the city government trying to hide by aligning itself with an organization that has been widely criticized for its abusive practices? It is imperative that the LAPD Commission conducts a thorough investigation into these allegations and takes appropriate action to ensure that the LAPD operates with transparency and accountability. The public has a right to know the extent of the LAPD's involvement with Scientology and to be ensured that their rights will not be trampled upon to protect the interest of powerful organization. I urge you to address this matter with the seriousness it deserves and take swift and decisive action to restore public trust in the LAPD. The residents of Los Angeles deserve a police department that is free from undue influence and dedicated to upholding the principles of justice and equality. Thank you for attention. Sincerely, Kiara Zona. That is an excellent letter, and if anybody wants to go in and download and copy that letter, they would behoove themselves to such eloquent wording and a wonderful writing style, and they could put their name at the bottom of that. If Kiara would say, yep, it's okay, to replicate that letter. That is not a bad letter. That is perfect. That is exactly what we're saying. Religious rights don't trump First Amendment rights or free speech. They're both equal, and if they are going to hold DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, that doesn't mean reversed DEI, and that means that everybody is equitable under the law. Good morning. We were just reading your beautiful letter, your comments to the LAPD that were published, by the way. And we were wondering if people could use this letter to replicate it and send it in for themselves. Very well. There you go. You have it. You have her permission to use this letter and download it. Yep, that is an amazing, very succinct, to the point, clear and concise letter that says exactly what needs to be said. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I love that they published it. I don't think I've seen them publish it. Have you, YRB? I don't think I've seen the public comments. But that's what Board of Public Works needs to do. This is a good example of what they need to do, but this was only the written ones. Good morning, Whiskey Moon. VGI, good morning. They published it on their LAPD Commission website. Here, I'll go back. They have the meeting agenda. The meeting was canceled for Tuesday. And then over here on the right-hand side, they had the public comments. And it's not the verbal public comments. It was the written, submitted public comments. And so when you click on that, it takes you to Kiara's letter. And then there's two more public comments that were submitted in writing, both from, I think, LAPD Spying Coalition or whatever. True, yes and no, but if they get 1,000 letters exactly the same from different people with different names, they're going to see this as important. Yeah, which is great, because then if you don't get picked, then it's good morning, dastardly saboteur. Yep, then if you don't get picked, then at least it's still in there. Yep, an excellent, excellent job. Yeah, I don't think that I've seen. Maybe it's just because I didn't notice it. But they're definitely getting the hint though about this. I absolutely. I'm gonna go back to audits post here. Let me see. Yeah, this is only 21 pages. Only 21. It talks about the hearing. They canceled the hearing. They got fined several times. Not that the money means a lickety-split shit. Nobody cares. They don't care about the money. But it's more about And I know I'm going through really quick. So here is where it starts on page 13. Enforcement actions against Scientology at its Hollywood property. And it's basically from page 13 to page 21 of all the different code enforcements and all the times that they visited and harassed Scientology and all the citations. They got a lot of citations about the rose bushes and about the planters and about the permits. It's actually kind of funny. Can I go through the timeline a bit? Sure. Let me, that way I can see the comments too. So basically it's Jennifer writing the timeline. And it starts at June 2nd. Exactly, but they're not. Public Works is now saying all public comments are protests. And of course, not all comments are protests. Some are advice and others are actually compliments. So, Amy, you said that word yesterday too. What is DevT? VGI or Amy or somebody, what is DevT? Nadja Beeswax, yep. It is. I mean, it's just total lies. Speaking of total lies, I will be right back. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Mother Nature has been very mean to me lately. Sorry for that disturbance. Right? Anyone surprised Maxon is dealing this case too? I know, right? Yeah, and they're okay, I'll scroll up for the DevT explanation. Thank you. I will do that right now. Wasted time and an obstacle. Okay. Developed traffic. Ah, got it. Busy work. Pattern of behavior. Still haven't removed bushes across from the St. Hill Manor yet. It's their MO. Sorry I missed that, you guys. Well, the very first let me read to you the very first sentence. She talks about why they did it. They admit it. In one of these, it says that they placed them there because of the agitators. That's why they did it, because of the tents. Hey, Kirby's mom, welcome back. But they did it because of the agitators. In the request for initial review by the city attorney, there were exigent and extenuating circumstances regarding life safety and harassment by church opponents. That's exactly why they put the planters there. It is a very lovely rose. And I know, YRB, my tummy has that virus didn't hit me in the head, it hit me in the tummy. So if I'm suddenly off screen, that's where I am. In Mother Nature, she just doesn't play around. So looking at this timeline, so basically she's just going through saying they're 5th, the 6th, the 6th again. Probiotics, yeah, I know. I need to do that. I need to have my son go get me a whole thing of yogurt or something. Takes photos and leaves. 2 investigators come. Giovanni Marin is a very popular investigator that comes there a lot. We need to figure out who Giovanni Marin is. He told some contractors that we're power washing. Oh. One of the things that I saw in here, good morning, Irish Mart. They were talking about all of the bags of concrete and what they were there for. Hey, Erie Forever, did you see that? That she talks about the bags of concrete? On 7th of August, he issued a notice of violation to me for the rose bushes on Catalina and the bark dust under the trees. We didn't know about the bark dust. Right? Or it could have been MD Media. Or Lara, or anybody really. But we didn't know about the bark dust. I'm wondering about the bark dust. Is that where the bees are? Hey, Sue. Good job. So this one was William Good, one of the main agitators, was passing by Sunset and taking photos of, this is when they were putting up that great big view blockage thingy up on near Kaiser. I don't know. I don't know if it's mulch or what. There's like acknowledges that the sidewalks are not blocked and that the fire lane is 30-foot wide. Bullshit. They've never had a 30-foot wide fire lane on any of their events. Never. And they didn't need 30, they needed 20 foot. That's BS. And then Stephen Williams, investigator. No one interacts with him as an agitator was here at the time. You true YRB. I agree. That's why I'm not taking any like stop me up things. Yeah, I don't know what the bark dust is. Oh, that's a good idea, Ganja Girl. What day was that? That was Saturday, September 7th. If anybody wants to look that up. At approximately 2 p.m. I'll make mental note of that. The fire hydrants have to be clear. I don't see where they were talking. It must have been up further. No, they were denied a permit and then they were going to have to go to the board, because I remember seeing this on another CPRA, and they were given the okay for the Halloween day. So they did get the clearance like the day before their Halloween event. So remember during some of the lies we saw people taking measurements and stuff and nobody knew what it was? Sandbags were June. I'll go back there in just a second, Ganja. But that's what it was. Anyways, this is just funnier than shit, you guys. This was just, I laughed. And then they were talking about where Audit was, yep, big props to Audit for getting this. And she's got more coming, you guys. Okay, I'm not going to give a name. But who did this? Wink, wink. LA County Health Department inspector comes mid-afternoon due to reports of unpermitted food vending at an event. I almost spit my drink out when I read that. Oh my God, that is so funny. Oh, I cracked my ass up when I read that. Okay, so June 4th. This is the one that ticked me off. This is an absolute lie. LA Fire Department Captain Alfred Kuzchev comes at 7 a.m. for the Fire Prevention and Public Safety Bureau due to the anonymous complaint. Originates issue with car blocking entry. It is explained that a psychotic person, Scott Hochstetter, main agitator, previously drove through the closure and ran over event equipment and later drove his van at a security guard. And the car can be moved immediately if needed. The fire department determined this as acceptable. I won't say who did it, but it probably starts with a Y. Just a hint. That Twyla, that was proven false. It was proven through the courts that was false. And yet they're repeating the lie to make the protesters look bad. Department of Water and Power came in the late morning. Vargas from Water Conservation Unit, looking into a report of overuse of water somewhere on Fountain Avenue. Did not find anything on Fountain Avenue. Recommended that we use less water on the water slide. Bullshit. Just bullshit. There were kids on the water slide at the time. DWP called and said the DWP has received 56 calls of water wastage. and they wanted to work out a resolution. Ayana said that he is aware of what is going on and that these calls are not valid, not all valid. He said he is not interested in fines or penalties, but they are overwhelmed by the complaint traffic and want to work out a resolution. Spin. Let's throw a spin on there. At approximately 7:45 p.m., a fire department inspector arrived in a battalion chief type of truck. He said he was responding to a complaint regarding the street being blocked off. He interacted with the security guard who told him that we had a street closure permit and that we had personnel on hand to move the barricades whenever needed. The inspector asked how long the barricades had been in place, and Tristan Burns, who is a church security guard, now we know one of the names of the security guards, and he didn't know, but there was a permit to close the street. They said the complaint had come from a neighborhood council audit. One of the agitators, named blacked out, but audit, was at the time attending meetings at the East Hollywood Neighborhood Council, despite the fact that she does not live in the area. And so courtesy notice to abate issued by LA County Health Department regarding alleged rodent infestation on LRH Way. This states this is due to accumulating trash containers behind the property. There could be validity to this due to the trash not being fully handled while the street is closed. Now that you go down a little ways and they said they did, supposedly. Oh no, she doesn't even live there. They spin this shit. Jennifer spins this stuff, and you know she's not writing this. She doesn't have a third grade education. LAPD emailed me to state that the deputy chief, had denied our request for LAPD officers on Saturday for the special event. He said it would be better handled by the Northeast responding to calls if there was an issue. Plah. You guys suck. Complaints appear to be via 311 regarding the rose bushes, planters, and ADA access issues, of which there are none. Like she knows the ADA, right? He states that there was a discussion of possibly charging us an inspection fee for every day that we have the street closed, which would be $488 per day. He says this is not up to him, but was giving a heads up. I actually, seriously, was so tickled reading through this. That there is, that our voices have made a difference. The voices of us calling in, making complaints, legitimate complaints, telling the truth has made a difference. Not one of these things that we've said has been not a truth. Nothing's being exaggerated. The truth hurts, Jennifer. The truth hurts. The truth can be a painful, painful scenario. They don't. They are distancing themselves. And they need to know that if they are associated with a child abusing, human trafficking, family destroying cult, it will show when it comes time to get them reelected or reappointed. Not just in LA, but anywhere. Scientology is a pariah. Yeah, Audit LA, thank you so much for getting these. Thank you so much. It is such a aha moment to see that even though maybe on the surface it doesn't look like anything's happening. Ooh, that's a great idea. Yeah, I'm gonna text her. She's still sleeping. Today when you sign into Zoom, sign in with Audit LA main agitator as name. Miriam said to do it. I'm blaming you. Including with a parishioner who works for sanitation, right? No, he did not have a court date yesterday. That was whomever said that was looking at last week's calendar. By mistake. So it was a mistake. Nadja, have a wonderful sunshiny day. Go to therapy. Enjoy some USA. Or Muriel. We'll blame it on Muriel. Adila. Adila, the main agitator. This is what I wake up for, you guys, in the morning, is the giggles. We can take a serious subject like this, a serious child abusing, family destroying, human trafficking cult, and make it funny. We can take me having to run to the bathroom every 5 minutes. Funny. It can be funny. Mona Fat Grammy shit for brains. Kirby's mum minion sharts. We all have the sharts today. Oh. Why do I hear... It must be windy outside. Too funny, too funny. Anyways, we just caught him in so many lies. Oh, this one is funny too. Tiny bladder TB. One of our staff made a complaint online to 311 due to an agitator posting anti-Scientology signs on city poles. She was contacted back by someone from 311 challenging her complaint and accusing her of following the agitator. Stalking, maybe. The 311 workers stated that they were missing persons flyers and therefore in a different category, and said that she was following him due to giving different addresses that he was at. He then canceled the complaint. It was Muriel's fault. Muriel is our new go-to person. That's funny? And those were probably Emily and Mike Jones flyers. Yeah, that's funny. I like how they always put her little, and there was no construction being done, her little opinions in there to try and convince whoever's reading this. He also notes the complaint mentions a dumpster. This is located and found to have discarded material from a recent event that was held. Oh my God, my eyes are going to get so strong from rolling them so much today. It was not. It was from where you were digging out the bottom of the... Oh, come on. So, investigator Nikki Judge from Bureau of Security, BSIS, regarding 50 to 60 complaints received on security guards at this location. She states that these are from protesters and agitators who are trying to get a reaction from the guards, and has told them that the most of what they are complaining about are not actual violations. Why she puts her opinion in there like if she says it enough, it'll be true. Yeah, it had already happened. They word these so carefully. Her office is based in Sacramento, and she came to LA to look into 8 different locations, the church being one of them. Yeah, just absolutely ridiculous. I think that was the last. Let me go back to June to see if I can find the... Sorry, don't mean to give anybody epilepsy seizures here. Yeah, electric wire and what in... Yeah, no problems. Yeah, we call BS on a lot of this stuff. I'm trying to find the one where they're talking about the cement bags. Quick, look over there. Don't see that electric wire that's laying in the water. Okay, here we go. So, takes photos, comes to find me, and asks about the pallets of sand at the north end of the street, pallets lining both sidewalks. These are very large 1,000-pound bags of sand. He asks if they are for construction, and I said they are for sandblasting of the street in the near future, after the events are done. Did they ever sandblast the street? He said that we need a building materials permit to have them there. He then issues a notice of violation. So whatever happened to all those bags of sand that turned into planters? Right? Putting missing persons on each poster. Oh, YRB, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. We know we use your brains for something. So, okay, caught in 1,001 lies here. Sandblasting of the street in the near future. That never happened. Dun dun dun, you were lied to, BSS. Yeah, we need to remember to tell whoever's putting up flyers that they need to put a missing person on their flyer. Excuse me. Yeah, they definitely are delusional, aren't they? Right? After the never ending events are done. Yeah, they're just they're full of shit. In a billion years. We're gonna do sandblasting. And poof, where did those bags of dirt go? In the planters. Are they saving them for the day that they're gonna do the sandblasting? Convenient that they're all in those little... Those aren't planters. Those are sand entrapments. Sanding sand containers. There you go, Sue. That'll make it actually hilarious. They do. They had the Emily and Mike Jones ones that I remember seeing. I think there was a couple more too, but I'm pretty sure it was Emily and Mike Jones that they were posting this summer. Oh, Snorri McSnorpants. Yeah, I remember seeing the investigators out there, Sue, and but nobody really approaching them. But I remember seeing the people with the clipboards all the time. So yep, that's what it was. Too funny. But regardless, all of this doesn't make a hill of beans because the planners are still there. And they're still responsible for getting rid of them, just like a car in front of a fire hydrant. The city is responsible. Ultimately, the city is responsible for the easements. And that's what we need to harp them on. It doesn't matter how much they try and negotiate with the perpetrators. Yeah, but they didn't do the whole road though, YRB. They only did I know, right? Kirby's Mom, we need to change our verbiage. Sandblaster containers. Yep. Ooh, all right, Amy. Good morning, Adrian. Ooh, there you go, Kirby's Mom. It was Ben Francis, Phil Anderson, and Mr. Ferris was on there also. Thank you. You're right. Absolutely, Twyla. There are many admissions of guilt in here, and that's why it's such bullshit. It's so funny because, and they say, I can't remember where it's in here. I think it was either hers or Delvac's first words were, because of the protesters, because of the agitators. That's why they put the planners there. And you can't have one First Amendment right outweighing another First Amendment right. That's, first of all, that's morally incorrect. Secondly, the Supreme Court says they're of equal value. The Supreme Court has ruled that the First Amendment should be equal to all values. And I can't remember which case it was to say it, but I'll have to dig into. I remember reading it. At one point, I said it on one of our lives, or one of our public comment sessions, of the many. Nice. I'm glad this has given you guys ideas. Anything to do with baby caskets, Miriam? Good morning, Journey 2020. How are you doing today? Are you feeling better? I'm hoping your illness is finally subsiding. We're gonna give Grizzly some love here. He's a snoring boy. I think she should just put, not even audit, she should just put the main agitator. Right? I know. Because that's a gruesome thought. IRB, no, they didn't, because what did they do with no, they didn't do the whole road. And there was enough time then, back then, that people were streaming a lot more. Enjoy your weekend then, Adrian, that's for sure. Enjoy some peace. No, right? You don't sandblast with concrete mix. So they were being buffaloed. I remember seeing it, and that was concrete mix. Not unless you're trying to take paint off the side of the building or something. And then you still don't use concrete mix. That's like using pea gravel. How big is the blasting tip? I am doing wonderful, Journey 2020. Got a little virus thing going on here, but pushing through. No pun intended. Dealing with it. I had all sorts of meetings yesterday. Got all my work done, though. So today I don't have a meeting till 5 my time. Six my time. I have a meeting today. Gotta remember what the hell it's for. It's work. I guess I should probably read the papers. Oh, that would be a great live view too. Miriam and Journey. Right? I know. And they discuss it a little bit in here about the construction not being a construction, but they divert the information. Look over there. Don't worry about that asbestos. But they have them shored up for right now. Don't worry about that, Kiara. Don't worry about that. We got it handled. We're not really doing construction. They now have a requirement in the permit that the asbestos testing must be done before demolition. Well, thank you, IRB. Thank you for that information. Air quality control is the enforcement? Okay. For Journey? That's a question for Journey, I assume, Miriam. Yeah, I know, that was kind of funny catching that on Google Maps. Right, they do. They do stuff on the weekends, but they are having their events on the weekends. So I think they disguise what they're doing with the events. I mean, I never saw, except for that little bitty time that we did catch them on the sandblasting at the very end of the road. But that's the only time that they had the sand. Hey, Minion, my birthday is in October. Thank you very much for asking. If you guys can't figure it out, I'm a Scorpio, baby. And for the good, the bad, and the ugly, I'm a typical Scorpio. Not that I'm into astrology or anything else, but when you read those things, you go, yeah, that's me. Yep, the timing of things definitely. And then you start putting those videos together and catching them doing things, and all of a sudden the events are there, and it's looky here, don't looky there, and you wonder what's happening at the Author Services building or the testing center while the events are going on over there, and then vice versa when the Winter Wonderland's going on, what's going on over at Blue, they're hiding stuff. Later today, I have a meeting. You know what? I don't. It's tomorrow. You tell me when you want me, Miriam. So maybe after the, you tell me when you want, Miriam. You're a Cancer. I know that. What's the twin one? The June sign and the August sign. June and August get me in trouble. So I can't have boyfriends or mates with June or August. Okay. Well then, let me go do fluff and buff and get ready for the day. I'm gonna eat some breakfast. Deal with Snorri McButt here. Oh, you're Leo. That's why we get along so well. Girl Leos and I get along just fine. Libra nice and balanced, yep. Okay, but Leo guys always fall in love with me and then I have to break their hearts. And I don't know why, but it just drives me crazy. You're right. A lot of exes were Leos because they're lovers. Never had school on your birthday, yeah. I always did. Okay, guys. Lots of love. We're having great discussion. I will see you in another couple of hours. Yep, they're all mommy's boys too. Yeah, I agree. No offense to Leos. I love you guys. I'm going to go because Mother Nature's being a pissy again. Love you, love you, love you.